In South Africa, there's a long and vibrant tradition of herbal medicine. In the local villages, conventional drugs are beyond most people's reach. And herbs are all they've got. So we have all these herbs laid out before us. What do they all do?
Yeah, this one is pillar, leaf long. This one we call it leaf long. It relieves asthma and TB.
Okay.
Even is good for pregnant women and small children.
Okay, and how about this one here?
This is African potato. It relieves ulcer.
Ulcers?
Yes.
Okay. But one herb stands out. It's called sutherlandia. Anne Hutchings is a medical researcher and herbal practitioner. Several years ago, she started using sutherlandia to treat people suffering from HIV/AIDS. To her astonishment, she claims, it appears to help.
No, you've still got those lumps. Something here. You've got something here. Okay. Have you been coughing?
Nonhlashla has had AIDS for 11 years.
In my tongue.
Anne Hutchings started treating her 6 years ago.
Have a look. All right, you can close it now. It'll get stiff. This sore here, is it getting better?
Yeah, it's better now.
It's better now. All right.
What difference has sutherlandia made to you?
It gave me the power. I've got the power now. If I'm loss of appetite, the sutherlandia make me eat.
Makes you hungry, doesn't it?
Yes. And the pain go away.
Pain goes away.
Go away.
And without sutherlandia, how do you think you'd be now?
Without sutherlandia, ooh, I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die if I haven't got sutherlandia.
This is not an isolated case. Anne has treated more than 800 patients in local clinics. Over 50% have improved. She even claims sutherlandia boosts the immune system by increasing white blood cells.
Recently, we've had some blood counts on the patients, which indicates that it is working really as an immune stimulant, and it can be seen in the blood tests.
Her figures appear to suggest that in some cases, the white blood cell count has doubled to near normality. So you're saying that the sutherlandia helps to increase people's blood counts, their white blood cells, which improves their health?
Yes, and their resistance to infection.
Anne's work is controversial and not documented yet. But she's not claiming sutherlandia is a solution to AIDS, merely that it's helping some people.
I mean, I've been told to try it and that it would probably boost the immune system, but I don't think anybody knew quite what it would do. A lot of my patients swear it's saved their lives, and I think it has. It improves the quality of life, and I believe it does extend people's lives. I think it's actually very exciting. I think it's one of the most exciting things that has happened.
Some of the most striking results appear to come from a local AIDS hospice. Here, people considered beyond treatment by the local hospital come to die. This patient arrived in a coma 4 days ago. She's been having daily doses of sutherlandia and has already improved significantly.
She looks much better than when she came.
Already?
Yeah. We only take those patients who are dying, who have been rejected by the hospitals, maybe at times by the families. and they come here just to die. But since we started with Sutherlandia, we were able to discharge 50% of our patients, and they will go back to work and they become so strong. I mean, depending what stage they come into us.
So you're really saying that 50% of your patients previously would have died, and now with Sutherlandia, they're going away?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just that.
That's amazing. And what happens then? After they've almost died, they've come here, they've started Sutherlandia. How much longer do your patients usually live for?
I've seen the patients living for 3 years after that, provided they come back and then they take on Sutherlandia.
Coming to a place like this makes you realise that for most people on the planet, herbs aren't just a fad or a fashion. If Anne Hutchings is right, they may make the difference between life and death. I'm at the University of Johannesburg, and here they're doing research into how Sutherlandia works. And they're coming up with some amazing things that could have huge implications for how other herbs work. Now, Carl, I know that you've been studying Sutherlandia. What exactly are you doing here?
Trying to isolate certain molecules from Sutherlandia, trying to separate them.
He said one group of chemicals had particularly caught his attention. They're known as flavonoids.
They contain molecules that have been shown to be active on cancer cells and also on HIV infection. So they're not trivial molecules, but there's a mystery here.
What's puzzling is that flavonoids are very large molecules. So large, they don't easily pass through a cell membrane. So they should be impossible for the human body to absorb.
So although we know that the flavonoid contains chemical structures that have got proven, highly relevant pharmacological activity, the mystery is how do they get into cells?
The mystery caused Albrecht to think again. Could it be that Sutherlandia's apparent efficacy was a myth, and that the human body can't absorb the active part of the plant? Albrecht wondered if he'd missed something. Then he had another thought.
The interesting thought that has arisen in our research is that there's another family of molecules called the saponins, or the detergents. They're soap-like. Just to give you an idea, I've got some of the plant material here in water. There we go. Shake it up. And you'll see.
That's what you get with hot water.
I got a warning about that one earlier on, but look at that. It's forming a soap layer. And the idea that arose, couldn't it be that these saponins are acting on the membranes of the cells to allow the membranes to take up the flavonoids?
Okay, so flavonoids might be able to help with something like HIV and AIDS, but flavonoids can't get through the cell membrane in human beings, so they shouldn't really be having an effect just by eating the herb. However, there's another substance which is like a detergent, and that can change the structure of the flavonoid and mean that it can cross the cell membrane.
Not so much change the structure of the flavonoid, but change the structure of the membrane to let the flavonoid go through.
Okay. In short, what makes a herb like Sutherlandia special is that unlike most conventional drugs, it's not a single chemical. It's a cocktail of chemicals that react together so the sum is greater than the parts.
The simple but powerful thought here, this is a hypothesis, is that if you take the one and you take the other and you put them together, you get activity. So it's like 1 + 1 is not equal to 2, 1 + 1 is equal to 10. That is a powerful idea.
It's a process called synergy. You might think of it as an orchestra with each of the different instruments working together. Unfortunately, symphonies of chemicals like this are still too complicated for scientists to reproduce. Yet there's tantalizing evidence that it's precisely this cocktail that gives herbs their special healing powers.